constitutionally guaranteed free speech, rules that would, quote, balance the concerns of the school administration with the rights of students and members of the community and faculty to protest. I maintain that these new proposed rules are neither reasonable nor balanced. In fact, they are overly balanced and clearly stacked on the side of the bureaucrats who administer this school district. Now let's be honest, a lot of these restrictions are a direct response to the occupation of Seattle Central Community College by Occupy Seattle last fall. At that point, there were no rules regulating camping on any state colleges, but the school administration here went to court and had Occupy Seattle evicted. Okay, now, some of us take this kind of personally, these new rule restrictions. Why? Because we saw what happened the other day at Santa Monica College when students tried to oppose the tuition hikes and they were beaten and pepper sprayed by police. We've seen it happen at UC Davis. We saw it at the University of California and other campuses across the country. Peaceful demonstrators practicing their right to freedom of speech and assembly. And my sisters and brothers are being beaten and arrested because they have the audacity to say no to oppression, economic inequality, and suppression of free speech. It's got to stop. We got to stop allowing them to continue more and more restrictions on place, time, and manner on our First Amendment rights. And if we don't, then we will have no democracy and no justice in this country.
Followed by Kimberly McRae.
My name is George Aquina, and actually came here to do a speech because I'm running for Congress in the district. I think you guys have already asked yourself, when I was 17 years old, you asked me to go to war, to kill, to maim, to destroy in the name of the country, in the name of democracy, in the name of the Constitution. These rules against these students, silence their voices, and not let them speak from their heart and their soul. You have to ask yourself, are you defending the Constitution? Are you standing up for their rights? Are you letting their minds grow into the future of what this You have to ask yourself, being an American is defending the Constitution, not with a weapon or a firearm, but with your own voice. How dare you think out here, sign legislation that limits these people from speaking from their heart. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you an American?
Followed by Zach Robertson.
Greetings, I'm Kimberly McRae, Seattle Central Community College Faculty Senate President. Our brothers and sisters in Bahrain are fighting and dying every day so that they too can have our most basic, beloved, and fundamental right, the right to free expression and the right to gather. As a government-funded institution, I think that we should be at the forefront of defending human and civil rights. The right to speech and assembly are basic to our democracy. The previous language regarding free speech and assembly rights defends rather than restricts rights. Not very long ago, many of our leaders within the community college district, women, African Americans, gays, lesbians, Asians, and many others from minority groups were not allowed to gather, speak, or protest. They fought hard here at Seattle Central Community College for their rights. In 1969, many of our current district leaders were SCC district students. Some are in the room today, you know who you are, and they shut Seattle Central Community College down because they felt their rights were being trampled on. Our most precious, beloved right, the right to free speech, should never be compromised. We have laws in place to address serious incidents that might happen on our campus. These new rules being proposed appear to be directed at undesirable groups or opinions rather than illegal activities. Hugo L. Black, U.S. Supreme Court Justice, stated in 1963, freedom of speech means that you shall not do something to people, either for their views, the views they express, or the words they speak or write. It is unpatriotic and un-American for any of us to limit our rights by imposing restrictions on irritating people and messages that might find their way on our campus. There is an African proverb that Nigeria that says, "He who wishes to barter does not know his own worth." I know my worth. Do you all know yours?